For anyone who's actually curious, this is as far as I've gotten in spending all the money. It takes a lot to spend almost $10 million. Anywho. Wait. There. Now that those wheels are in motion, you guess you can put your mind at ease for a while. You find nothing quite so troubling as the intrusion of a positive emotion. You are momentarily afforded the peace of mind to resume a dull, quiet life of semi-restrained murder. Maybe you will wait here and see if the boy shows up. It's reasonable to assume he will seek these adults. Certainly easier to let him come to you than follow an untraceable scent. Or maybe you will take a look inside this castle. Perhaps there are survivors here fit for the offing. You guess that could serve some amusement, entertainment, something like that. You wonder if it will always be like this. What sort of future does a new god have to look forward to? Will this malaise follow you for eternity? Will you be perpetually tempted to destroy everything you see, knowing that in just a few moments of recklessness you will be left with nothing else to destroy forever? What will eternity feel like when a single moment of boredom feels like an eternity unto itself? You wish you could consult the clouds for answers, but they never show you anything. The reckoning can't wipe this place out soon enough. Be future Jack Noir. You are now future Jack Noir. Presently, you are trapped in a single moment, which increasingly feels like an eternity. Your boredom is surpassed only by your all-consuming rage and contempt for existence itself. Hours ago, you entered an unfamiliar session. You killed 1,000 robotic assailants. You destroyed 12 planets with ease, methodically and cyclically, like a single stained hand of a defective clock smearing each number as it passes. You reduced Prospect and Durst to dust and murdered a whole bunch of alien kids in yellow and purple pajamas. Your warpath of absolute devastation has only begun to be blazed. There were still miles and bloody miles to send forth. But when the dust of Durst settled, this infuriating fairy appeared out of thin air and froze you in time. But she can't keep you like this forever. And when she finally lets you go, you will be ready. What will you do? Aside from nothing, that is. Wait. You attempt to be patient. You fail miserably. Be Aradia! You are now the Maid of Time, recently resurrected from the crypt of Durst. Your name is Aradia Megiddo, and for the first time in your life, you feel truly alive. You have just incapacitated Jack Noir with a spell, but a demon so powerful requires your full concentration to subdue. He will break free at any moment. You may release him and die now, or you may continue to hold him and die later. What will you do? Aside from die, that is. Release him? Where'd she go? You're done with dying. Soon, friends will arrive. They will need your help. Whose memory is this? It appears to be yours. At least, that's how it begins. Enter Bubble. Wait a minute. This is not specifically your memory. It's hers. What was that? If only I actually knew the theme for Indiana Jones, I'd be, like, whistling it right now. Wallet? How did Dad's wallet end up inside little Cal? This awesome hat!
It's 2:30.
It's like an Indiana Jones hat. Apocalypse Arisen, AA, began trolling Twin Armageddon's TA. It's Alex. Hey, what's up, AA? You'll never guess what I just found. Won't I? I doubt it. Was it the matching ruin site? Yes, how did you know? I don't know, just a weird feeling. I feel like we've had this conversation before, and that's what it was about. Yeah, me too. What do you think it means? Probably nothing. But now, not only does it feel like we've had this conversation before, but it's going differently this time. So it's extra weird. Maybe your voices are involved? I don't know, maybe. Maybe yours are too? I don't hear a goddamn thing. Do you? Wait. Yes. She's very quiet, though I can't tell what she's saying. Oh well. Why don't we pretend there is no spooky paranormal phenomena going on just once and talk about what you wanted to talk about? Good idea. Okay, do you remember what we talked about regarding Kanya's ruins? Sorta. I asked you for help in understanding the glyphs? I guess. Are you just being difficult, or do you really not remember? I guess I don't find the whole mystery of the ruins as exciting as you, okay? Well, obviously. But I really appreciate your help anyway. Sure. How can I help then? Well, you said that you need another set of glyphs to make sense of them. You speculated there might be another set of ruins. You even guessed they would be blue. It turns out you were right. Don't you think that is pretty cool? Oh yeah, I am awesome about that for sure. But I can't shake the feeling these ruins are going to be nothing but trouble for us. But you say that about everything. That's because it's fucking true about everything. No, it's not. I did find some other neat things down here too, which are strange but quite harmless and not foreboding in the least. Like what? Like this amazing hat. It is an authentic archaeologist hat. It's so hard to find them in this style. There are no horn holes, but I love it anyway. It's great. Pretty sweet, eh? Hey, didn't you also find some bits and pieces of your bizarre robot doppelganger? I wasn't going to tell you about that. Damn it, how did you know? I don't know, I just remembered some more shit about this discovery. God, sorry. This is stupid. Yeah, well, I guess this is the kind of shit you have to deal with two psychics talk to each other about stuff. Maybe. Why don't we pick this up again when we're not feeling so weird? Well, okay. Apocalypse Arisen, AA, began trolling Twin Armageddon's TA, and Apocalypse Arisen, AA. Sorry to interrupt, I wanted to give you both the chance to remember, but it doesn't look like this is going anywhere. What the fuck? Wow, what? Is it coming back yet? Is what coming back? Who are you? Whoa, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly? This is a memory in a dream bubble. That's right. Oh, that doesn't really answer my question, but okay. You changed your voice because you remembered, like I did. Remember what? That I died. This is my memory and also hers. But I went on to become the robot whose remains are in this crater, whereas she did not. I don't actually know her story or how she got here, but for me this was the end of the road. And this is the afterlife. Well, shit. So I guess I'm dead too? Nope. Only half dead. You're just asleep. You're also blind. Holy shit, I can't see. Yes, that's what being blind means. How awesome. Way to be awesomely sympathetic to my terrible new problem, AA. Instead of two? Why did he do two O's there and one O there? Solix, will you shut up and stop being tragic for once? You knew this was going to happen. Your prophecies of personal doom were practically all you ever talked about. I think you were looking forward to this, honestly. She's right. I can't believe this. It's almost as if I'm getting double-teamed. Damn. That didn't feel right at all. I think I might have to retire the whole bifurcation gimmick, puns and all. Actually, this is kind of a relief. Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better about this already. Great. You should be able to relax now that you've been released from the curse of your vision twofold, just like you said you'd be. You are now really doomed. Oh. That's awesome? Being doomed isn't that bad. I spent most of my life that way, remember? At least you have the luxury of understanding. And the best part about being doomed is you only have to put up with it until you die. That's the spirit! Actually, I guess I don't have to keep talking like I'm doomed anymore, do I? Nope. This is so weird. What am I even listening to here? Fuck, I cannot believe I just made that face. God damn it. Oh yeah, also, why the fuck are my teeth missing? I don't know. Okay, well, great. Glad we got to the fucking bottom of that mystery. 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 Mystery, mystery, mystery. Man, I can't even listen anymore if I try. Please don't laugh. I can tell you're both enjoying this. I can smell it using my new blind guy nose powers. Really? No, not literally. I was joking. I mean, not yet. Maybe I'll ask TZ about it when I wake up, though. What was that noise? What noise? I think someone else is here. Oh, it's Jade. Jade? What the fuck? Who's Jade? She's one of the humans we met after you died. Okay, I guess I'm out of the loop on chronology for once. That's fine, we'll catch up. Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting. Aw, it's a party. Oh yeah, you kind of were. Sort of a reunion of close to party friends going on here, but no big deal, I guess. Oh no, I can leave? No, don't. Solix, try to be polite. There's no reason at all for you to feel hostile toward them anymore. Jade is very nice and she did nothing wrong. None of them did, so when you wake up, maybe you should try to reconcile with them, or at the very least, just say hello. Did you? Did I what? Be nice to them or whatever before you exploded? Well, no, but I should have. I did with you before I left, didn't I? I guess so. This is awkward. Shush you! What actually happened after I died? It sounds complicated. It is. I'll get you up to speed, I promise, but guys, come on, let's not scare away our guest. Okay, then I'll shut up. I think one irradius saying things is more than enough, probably. You can say that again. But I mean, don't say it again literally, because that's kind of the whole point. It would completely contradict. Oh my god, shut up. It's okay. I can take another nap later when you guys aren't busy. No, Jade, it's okay. Please stay. I'm curious about why you're here. Well, I've just been enjoying these little naps more and more lately. Each time I go to sleep, I meet more new people and learn so much. But I still can't get Carcat to take a nap. Boy, talk about a guy who is anti-nap. Yeah, what a douche. Seriously. He's the douchiest of crabby crabs who ever douched a big douchey crab. Lol. But yeah, it's been fun. I should really thank Pfeffery again for setting it up so we can meet like this. Wait, FF is here? Yep. Oh god, why didn't that occur to me? Where is she? Probably in another dream bubble. But you'll find her. Maybe during your next nap. Well shit, why didn't I just go glove around out there in the ring and find her now? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm blind and completely useless. Navigating between bubbles is difficult here. It's better to drift between them naturally as they intersect. Not spatially, but through common points in memory. To navigate the furthest ring, you need to have mastered the flow of time. That is why I am here. I'm alive again, so I may assist the dead in this way. Huh. Jade, tell me. Have you seen me here before? I mean, me dressed like I am now, wearing my godhood? Yeah, you were really nice and helpful. Wait, what? You're wearing a godhood? Why didn't you tell me that? What gives? Or if you came back to life? I'm wearing a hood and have butterfly wings. What else would you like to know? Man, being kind is dumb. Can I like grope you or something to get up to date on your appearance? Would that be weird? Yes, Solix, that would be pretty weird. I think your outfit looks so cute. I love your wings too. Thank you. Your outfit is quite spiffy too. I like that skirt a lot, especially. Is that a skirt? I'm not sure. Rolling my eyes is what I would be doing if that were possible. Shh. Hey, come on, you were making a point. Yes, okay. You see, these encounters you had with me before have not happened for me yet because I've only just arrived. Time follows strange paths here as to space. If you travel a great distance, you may discover you are also traveling either backwards or forwards in time as well. Just as if you stay in one place for too long, the geometry of the space surrounding you will become unreliable. You may swat at the air to your left and discover you have just slapped yourself. The only way to make sense of it is to understand either property very well. And since I am new here, I have some learning to do, just like everyone else. But I do know one thing. What? I knew the first bubble I would enter would be an important one for us to visit. What's so important about it? Hang on, we are moving to a new memory. Hold that thought. It is important because it will help us begin to understand why we are all here. What do you mean why we were all here? You mean in the afterlife? That's easy. Because she's asleep, she's dead, you're alive, and I'm blind. Couldn't be simpler. No. Not why we were in this bubble now, but why we all exist in the first place, and why we all went on this adventure together. Oh, that. There is much to understand, and I believe it all begins with one sequence of events. Watching will help those who've passed to understand the purpose of their sacrifice, and those still living to understand what must be done to complete the journey still ahead. We will let the memories lead the way. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kania's. I'll reprise my role in conversation I had with her shortly after I discovered the ruins. Everybody hide and try not to spoil it for her until she remembers. Spoilers! And her skin looks positively green right there. Hey Kania, there's something I want to give you. Oh, really? Yes, it's something very odd I found when I discovered the ruins the other night. I don't know what its archaeological significance is yet, but I suspect you'll be able to repair it. This is a dream, isn't it? Wow. Wow, you figured that out very fast. It seemed obvious. Either I'm sleeping or I'm dead. Which is it? Oh, I am sure you are alive. You are unconscious now and will likely wake up as your new self very soon. My new self? Yes, you are undergoing a metamorphosis which you have been groomed for since you were very young. Much like I was for my various personal iterations, including this one. You mean being a ghost, and then a frog, and then a robot, and then a fairy? Yes, but it sure sounds silly when you list them all like that. Kind of. What do you mean we have been groomed? Well, that is what we are about to find out, if you will oblige just by continuing with this memory. Okay, what do I do? Why don't we go through this conversation again to the best of our recollection? But I guess rather than acting it out, we can just talk about it, the old-fashioned way. Was what we were attempting before not old-fashioned? I have no idea. It seems to me the nature of the afterlife is probably very old-fashioned. Maybe even the most old-fashioned a thing can get. Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Yes, then. This was what you were about to give me that... This was when you were about to give me that unusual gift from the ruins. Yes. I then had Solix deliver the pieces to you so you could stitch it back up. Solix, that is your cue. Come out and play the part. So we don't have to hide anymore? No, of course not. Obviously the jig is up and everyone can come out now. Yay! Is he wearing the teeth? Solix, what are you doing? Solix. So, like, okay, so I'm supposed to act out what I did before when I brought her these shitty doll parts. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, I'm still not sure, Aradia. Are we supposed to be role-playing? No, guys, come on, this isn't that complicated. We are just revisiting the past just like we would if we were talking about it. But it just so happens we can watch it happen as we talk about it. And as a matter of fact, the story does involve a role-playing game, but not in that way. This is kind of stupid. This is kind of stupid. You're stupid and you sound stupid. Hopey sis, I both sound stupid. Why the fuck is my mouth full of teeth suddenly? Oh, okay, so he's trying to talk with the teeth in his mouth. Hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can attempt to read his lines with something in my mouth. I have nothing to put in my mouth. I have this. This is kind of stupid. These sis, I still sound stupid. Why the fuck is my mouth full of these teeth suddenly? I don't know. But you may be waking up soon. Oh, okay, great. So I'll miss the rest of the whole story, okay? Maybe not if we hurry this along. Wait, before we do... Hi, Kania. It's nice to meet you. Hi, Jade. What is that thing you're wearing? You don't like it? No, I didn't mean to sound disapproving, but I do think more colorful apparel suits you better. Yes, I know, you told me. I did? Yes, but you probably haven't yet. Not from your perspective. I could not help but overhear you are asleep now. You told me all about what happened after you woke up. About what? About how you turned into a vampire. What's a vampire? This is ridiculous. Solix is right. I mean, Solix. Kania, tell us what happened next. There goes Solix, and Cal is like, whee! There isn't much to say. I repaired the doll and made him a nice outfit, with a far more becoming palette and fit than the absurd... With a far more becoming palette and fit than the absurd tatters he was found in. I thought, at least. Yes. Should there be anything else to this story? Not really. Isn't that Dave's puppet? Yes. Ah, shit, guess I'm out of here. Bye, Solix.
See you later, everybody.
Bye. Anyway, that is all I can remember. I quickly began to find the doll unnerving, so I put him away. To my knowledge, he has remained secure in my block ever since. Is he relevant in some way? Guys, why do you have Dave's puppet? What is going on here? Yes, Aradia, it seems you have some foreknowledge of this narrative. Maybe you can tell us why any of this is important. This is only a piece of the story. The other pieces will fall into place with successive memories, and it will all become clear. But yes, alright, I will eliminate some suspense and try to serve as a better guide on this tour through the catacombs of our collective subconscious. Excuse me. The separate tunnels we once traveled in the dark as individuals we now retrace together with a torch. On the walls we illuminate the runes which describe a convoluted origin story, an origin we participated in. We were spurred to these actions by that which was being originated, and incited to acts of revenge as we were turned against each other.
I don't remember this. I mean, I remember getting jumped off the cliff by my legs, but not the thing I'm doing now.
No, our manipulator disguised his tracks well.
Do I have to lie on the floor like this? Is that important?
No, Tavros, you can get up.
Also, can we, or at least I, be not in this memory? Because it's one that's not as great as most.
We will leave it soon, but you were doing something very important here.
What was I doing?
Writing a part of the code. An incomplete fragment consisting of 4 symbols, comprising the first word of a binary refrain, a pair of sounds emerging from the belly of a fabled tyrant's menace. But you authored only one sound of the pair. Just the ticking and not the talking. 1s and 0s, tick and talk. I would write the other. In the soot of my ruined hive, I scrawled my part of the code, completing the phrase of legend, the persisting sound said to accompany the ultimate demise of the tyrant, less an arm and an eye. But even these 8 characters, the scrawlings of charge, were still but half the code. Break. There was another half by Scourge in 2 parts. One part 3 symbols. Heads. And the other 5. Why the scale was tipped in this way between sisters, I cannot say. Each fragment will be transcribed in our rulebooks, sealing the collaboration between Rustbloods and Bluebloods, completing the code for our session's architect. Not exactly. There was another fragment. Oh? Yes, an additional 8 symbols. From a wildcard source, I suppose. Honk, 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 honk. It came from a timeline not meant to happen. The one I came from to ensure it wouldn't, thus sealing my fate. Jeez. He came and killed them both. I believe the fragment was gibberish from a lunatic, after completing his rampage through our session. Since it was not part of the scripted chronology, I was oblivious until it was too late to stop it. Not that it would matter if I did the ultimate. Not that it would matter if I did, the timeline had already gone astray. I pieced together what happened by sleuthing the various scenes. Jeez. Well, they left, and discovered the text which the code was recorded in. I decided to return to the Alpha timeline with the text, as evidence for his madness, I guess. In the Alpha timeline, this text was destroyed, in an explosion caused by a computer virus. This explosion did not take place on my timeline. I identified this event as the difference prompting the offshoot, and returned to a planet via the reckoning just as I did at the end of my life. Though that time deliberately, to influence events quietly to make sure it happened, and later joined the rest of our doomed selves to help defeat the king. The others surely had similar responsibilities along the way. Honk, honk, honk. As for the book, I lost track of it shortly after I arrived. Yes, we all lost track of our books. They were gathered surreptitiously by agents assigned to the task. And in the veil, their codes were merged with the ghost imprints of other mysterious artifacts. Baby Dog Scratch? Our first guardian was brought to life in the seed to pass through Skya's final gate of defense, the first to find Alternia. B Scratch? You once again try to be Doc Scratch and fail spectacularly. You can't be him no matter how hard you try. It is impossible. In fact, I think it would be best if I considered the narrative complete. If I commandeered the narrative completely for a while. I trust you won't mind if I speak in white. It's not actually negotiable, but as a courtesy, I will enclose my words between a pair of visually audible brackets. I am doing this because I can. Oh. I am also doing it because I am expecting a guest to arrive shortly. This should enable me to show the man the sort of hospitality he deserves, while doing the same for you. My apartment doesn't have a doorbell. Why would an omniscient fellow need to be alerted to the presence of a visitor? I know he will be right on time, which is to say, early. And if I did have a doorbell, you would have just witnessed it ring. He is already here. Oh. My door is not fitted with a peephole either. Those without eyes or without limits to their knowledge have no need for peeping, and I am without either. I have never once peeped at or through something, and I doubt I ever will. Apertures built into physical surfaces to reveal what's hidden behind them are for those with particular handicaps. They are for those lacking advanced vision to render the opaque permeable to light, or those lacking advanced knowledge to render the concealed information irrelevant, or both. They are for people who I call suckers. I know the identity of anyone who stands behind this door, even in those cases where I have not extended an invitation to the visitor personally. Pardon me while I let Jack inside. Oh. Did you not believe it would be Jack? Who else would it be? Someone who would have suspected anyone else is a person who would also describe as a sucker. Ha ha. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. Hello, Slick. Won't you please Oh, for heaven's sake. Did you really need to clock me in the face? Jack, stop it. Jack. Slick. Which would you prefer I call you? It's one of the strange points of uncertainty which surrounds you. Maybe it is that you don't particularly care. Your flair for the plain and serviceable, isn't it? Not much of your vanity is tied up in a name, I guess. Not going to tell me? Fine, I won't tell you my name either. Well, I might. If you would just show some manners and stop hitting me with that ridiculous horse hitcher. I won't crack no matter how senseless the drubbing. If only it were that simple. You're not going to stop, are you? It would be very difficult to discuss our points of mutual interest like this. I was prepared to go about it in a civilized way, even though I know very well I would spend the first several minutes of our meeting sitting on the floor while being flogged. I've even prepared a bowl of candy for you, which I know you will enjoy. Courtesy is important, Jack. Do you have anything at all to say? Any form of communication you care to attempt beyond the sound iron makes against my head repeatedly? No, of course not. Oh. What's that? I see. You think you already know my name. You do not know my real name, Jack, just as none of your adversaries on this planet know yours. You only know my nickname. It's a good nickname, too, befitting of the passive gunslinger charged with initiating the break. I am my master's weapon, his soldier in a war of one bullet fired. But when that bullet clears the barrel, it won't be my finger on the trigger. I'm a facilitator, not an assassin. Why does that O have a space, though, and the O up there doesn't? Here. Jack, why don't you go help yourself to some candy over there on the table? There is something I need to take care of before we continue. I won't be long. Is it licorice? Licorice gummy bears? Oh. Yes, good. Place it yourself with the Scotty dog, Slick. My supply is bottomless. I am an excellent host. Scotty dogs, right. Basically gummy bears. Dump these all in my hat. Oh, so that's how they got in his hat. When I am finished with this minor interruption, we will resume our gentlemanly negotiation. I will proceed to beat you severely until you agree to do what I ask. I trust you won't take it personally. Now, please excuse me. I have to talk to a teenage girl from another universe. Be a teenage girl from another universe. You cannot be a teenage girl from another universe because you are too busy being a teenage girl from this universe. You are busy being Rose Lalonde. Completely preoccupied, in fact. So preoccupied you've been neglecting messages from some of your friends who are trying to contact you. But you have a lot of important stuff to do. You'll get back to them later. Pester informant. It was quite warm here in Lohak. I think I've been patient enough. When will I receive further instructions? Now. So, I could have contacted you at any time. No, only now. I came away with the impression from our last conversation that our next would take place on your invitation. I was being polite by waiting. Your inevitable impatience caused you to contact me again. Inevitability is my invitation. That's pretty smug. I am right to be smug. I am omniscient, extremely powerful, and very charming. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Could you use your limitless intelligence to figure out which ones I mean? That was clever. If I plead ignorance of the fact that you are denying my charisma, it invalidates my claim of omniscience. But if I must adhere to my all-knowing status, it forces me to validate the unfortunate reality that you are feigning the option that my demeanor is unpalatable. Not that it matters, because I have all 3 qualities, and you know it. This is stupid. Could we get to the point? Yes, I was about to say. We should hurry along. My visitor is beginning to set things on fire. You have a visitor? Who? Some guy. I was joking anyway. I am not in a hurry at all. You tell jokes? Yes. Ha ha. So your visitor isn't setting anything on fire then? Oh, he most definitely is. Ha ha. Hoo hee hee. I'm not really getting this joke. I was joking about being in a hurry. From my perspective, this conversation is taking place in less than 1 second. I type very quickly. I thought you didn't lie. Aren't jokes essentially humorous lies? At least, those like the one you just attempted. Jokes are only temporary lies. If the falsehood is never exposed, there is no punchline. If the punchline is never delivered, the lie is sealed forever, regardless of initial humorous intent. Lies are not funny. I think if you're going to risk tarnishing your record of honesty, you should probably get better material. My joke was objectively funny. Who would know better than I? Okay, so you're saying an inaccurate statement doesn't count as a lie, as long as you say just kidding later. Basically. What if it's much later? Is it still just a joke? No, that would be something closer to a prank. I don't play pranks very often. Are you allowed to lie about playing pranks? If I asked you if you were playing a prank on me, would you tell the truth? I'm allowed to do whatever I want. I choose never to lie. I also choose to tell jokes now and then, to play pranks quite sparingly. But I can say I've never played a prank on you, and no statement I have made to you thus far, or will make in this conversation, will contain any trace of falsehood for the sake of setting up a joke or prank, with the exception of the joke I just made, and another one I will make very soon. I'm starting to change my mind. Oh? Yes, I think your joke was funny in retrospect. Actually, your whole shtick is pretty good. I'm warming up to it. Yes, I know it is. Oh. Yes, I knew it. Just to be clear, was the assurance you just made a prank or a joke? It was neither. It was the truth. Was that? Yes. The truth? Yes. Okay. Were you serious about wanting to die? Yes. Why? I'll tell you later. Why? Because you asked. But why not now? Because that piece of information would not fit elegantly into the sequence of our exchange in this moment. Then you know how this entire conversation will go. Yes. Is that true of all conversations you have? All conversations you have? Yes. Until briefly...
It's 3 o'clock.
Until, briefly, I don't. But the dark spots never last long. The truth disguises itself to me sometimes, which can be mildly frustrating, but it usually reveals itself quickly, much as if the punchline was delivered. It's a humorous dialogue I have with reality, and it is very amusing. Then why do you bother with the conversations? Obligation to predestination, as usual? There is no obligation. It's a pleasure. It is. Oops. I've always had a soft spot for young ladies. That is a little creepy. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It kind of is. I have looked into the future and determined that we would continue in this manner pointlessly for some time, so I am putting an end to it here. That doesn't make sense. Was that the other joke? Yes. Good one. Thank you. How young are the ladies you typically take a shining to? And does this mean you are attracted to me? Suddenly this conversation is kind of terrible. Of course I am not. Not in the way you mean. And anyway, you are applying standards of conduct frowned upon for your kind, which make no sense to apply to me. I am an immortal entity with a large cue ball for a head and no biological means of reproduction. Really? Also, if you are millions of years old, you would find that nearly every lady you encounter is quite young, relatively speaking. There should be no reason for you to feel uncomfortable with this interaction. Try to think of me as one of your kindly human uncle figures. In fact, if I were in your presence now, I would offer you candy to prove it. Oh my god. What? Can we talk about the scratch instead of this? Yes. Wow. That was like one of the hardest conversations I've ever had to read. Doc Scratch's voice is hard to maintain for long periods of time, and I just did like 20 voices in the span of like over half an hour. I'm done for the night. I should go to bed.